What is up, everyone? All right, so I've been talking to a lot of people recently with it being the end of January and resolutions starting to fall off about why this is happening. And so I just wanted to go live real quick and give you a couple tips that will help you make sure that you get the most out of your brain in 2019. Because here's the thing. Our unconscious mind is the world's most powerful supercomputer, except most people tend to feed it with crap. Kind of like you've heard growing up that you are what you eat, right? That your physical body represents what you put into your mouth. Well, your lifestyle and the way that you live your life, the way that you feel throughout your day, is a direct result of what you feed your brain with. So if you're feeding your brain with crap, you are going to feel like crap. In Canada today, it's called, today is the Bell Let's Talk Day, which is an awesome day, an awesome initiative by one of the telephone companies up there to create awareness around mental health. And it's important to know that what you put in is what you get out. Now, that's not to say that there isn't hormonal imbalances and things that go along with mental health issues. However, when you have negative self-talk going on, when you are consuming negativity from your environment, you are more likely to be in a negative headspace. So here's what I want you to know. Every second, your unconscious mind is taking on 2 million pieces of information per second. That's a whole lot of information, and it's all getting stored in there. Our unconscious mind is most suggestible first thing in the morning, the first 20 minutes of the day, and as we're drifting off to sleep. So what are you putting into your brain during these times? When you wake up in the morning, do you wake up to the radio? Do you listen to the news? Do you watch the news? Do you read the newspaper? If you are, stop. Don't do that anymore. The news is one of the worst culprits for spreading negativity. In fact, we actually live in one of the safest times in the world, and yet the news would have you think that World War III is around the corner tomorrow. So stop feeding yourself with this negativity. If there's something that's important for you to know, trust me, you'll find out about it. I know all about the cold snap happening all throughout the Midwest and the States right now. I know through all of that, and I don't watch the news, I don't listen to the radio, I don't read the newspaper. You don't need to do that. Instead, starting your day and ending your day with some form of meditation, with positive affirmations, with some sort of positivity will help you get the most out of your brain. I have a group that I run where they get an exclusive podcast from me at 6 a.m. every day to start their day. And it's about positivity and reframing. And I do that first thing in the morning because I know how susceptible your brain is. Now, every minute you have 1,500 words traveling through your mind. People tend to be very careful about the words that they say to somebody else so that they're not spewing negativity onto somebody else. But they don't realize the power of the words they use for themselves. When you have 1,500 words going through your head every minute, you are the person that you talk to the most throughout the day, just as I'm the person that I talk to the most throughout the day. So if you're constantly degrading yourself or you're constantly ripping yourself down, you're not doing yourself any favors in terms of getting more or being positive. Now, there's one last tip that I want to give you for 2019 to be the best year of your life. And that is to focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want. Here's why. In our brain, we have this reticular activating system. Think of that as the internal GPS or homing device that you have. When we communicate with ourselves, we don't communicate in words, we communicate in pictures. So every picture that goes into the reticular activating system is essentially the address that we program into that GPS. So if I say something negative about myself, let's say I say that I'm fat, for example, or I'm overweight, then my body will respond because I've put in the address to the picture that I put into my reticular activating system is of me being overweight, and my body will respond accordingly. My brain will control hormones, which will make me retain water, which will release cortisol, which is the hormone that's known for putting fat on around the belly. I will crave junk food. I will stop going to the gym. I will do all the things necessary to make my body match the picture that I just put into my head of being overweight. So I'm definitely not overweight. I am very healthy and I love my body. And I tell my body that every single day. When people focus on what they don't want, they still get a picture in their head of the thing that they don't want. So let's say, for example, somebody said to me, I don't want debt anymore. Our unconscious mind is actually unable to process knots. So if I said to you, don't think of a purple frog, what picture do you get in your head? You all just got a purple frog. I don't even need to know who's watching this to know that you got a purple frog in your mind. So if I say I don't want debt, the picture that I put in my head is of debt. If I say I want to get out of debt, still putting debt into my head. So what do I want instead? Now, here's where most people go wrong. They say, I don't want debt, so I want financial freedom. Or instead of being overweight, I'm going to be healthy. What does that look like? Can you see how those non-specific financial freedom, healthy, thin, fit, they don't really put a picture in your mind because they're not specific. And this is why so many people talk about SMART goals, setting specific and measurable goals, because then you know what picture to put in your head. If I say financial freedom, then it's like putting gas stations in my area into the GPS in my phone. My brain doesn't know where to take me. Just as my phone would pull up a whole bunch of gas stations in the area, but it wouldn't know where to specifically take me. So if you say more money, I want more money. Well, if you go outside and you see a penny on the ground, then your unconscious mind is going to go, tick. Well, we knocked that one off the list. So you need to be specific and program a specific address, put a specific picture into your reticular activating system so that you know where to go. And this isn't all just a bunch of hippie nonsense. This is actually backed in science. And I've had clients who have just taken what I've told you in this video, nothing else. They've taken just what I've given you in this video about what they put into their unconscious mind. And they've put better foods. You know, they've put pictures of themselves enjoying healthy foods into their mind. They've put pictures of themselves getting up earlier in the morning and meditating, or getting up earlier and doing the work that they know they need to do in the morning. That's what they visualize themselves doing, and then their brain reacts. It wakes them up early. It craves good foods, things like that, and their lives have changed. I've had clients who have reversed their type 2 diabetes just using what I've talked about in this video. So this just goes to show that what you feed your brain with is what you get out of life. And so if you want to get a different outcome, if you want your life to change, you need to change what you're putting into your reticular activating system first and foremost. It all starts with that picture that you put into your reticular activating system. Behind every behavior is a belief system. I'm just going to keep preaching that this year so that people stop focusing just on the behavior that they want to change and they focus on the belief system, which is what the reticular activating system is holding on to. And when you start focusing on that belief system and the picture in the reticular activating system, things change a lot faster. So be careful of the words that you allow into your mind. Be careful of the words that you entertain. The whole point of meditation is not to completely blank out your mind. I'm just going to move because the sun is blinding me. Oh, it's not to... That clearly didn't work. The whole point of meditation is not to completely blank out your mind. The point of meditation is to realize that you don't have to identify with and take on every single thought that comes into your head, and to realize that you have the freedom of choice to decide what you take on to be true for yourself and what you say. You know, if that voice in your head sounds like your mom or your dad or that bully from high school, it probably is. So stop thinking that it's true, because it's probably not. It's their perception of you. So that's it for me today. I've got to run to an event now. Just remember, if you love my content, which I know you do because it's awesome, you can now start getting paid to watch these videos on YouTube and Facebook. I'll pop the link in the comments. All you have to do is sign up and you can start getting paid to consume this content every month. Who else pays you to change your life and to make it better? Not many people. This girl, she does. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.